Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Dave and this is day 4 or part 4 of my introduction to options class here. So this is all about learning to buy and sell puts and calls, and we're on buying a put right now. This is part 4. So part 1, 2, and 3, if any of this is confusing, will be linked down below. It's called Option Basics. It's a playlist that I'm putting together. So if you want to follow along and you want to start with day 1, you'll find that down below. So we're going to jump right into this video and we're going to be talking about buying a put. But first I want to review what we've done to date so far, which is all about selling puts and calls, selling a put, selling a call, or writing out an option, either way, and then buying a call as well. So we're going to review those 3 real quick as we jump into this. So the very first thing we did, we went through the whole process of writing out an option. And the first one we chose to do was a put option. And our example for all of these is Coca-Cola stock, because well, Coca-Cola stock has earnings coming out this week. It's going to get really exciting here at the end. So we'll see where it all goes. But let's start by reviewing this put. So way back here on 10-3, with the stock at $56 a share, we decided to sell to open that one put contract, allowing someone else to put shares to us if it hit our strike price of $50. And we did this because, again, we were bullish on the stock to neutral. So we thought we'd be able to collect some premium. And if the stock fell all the way to that $50 strike price by that expiration, we'd be okay with it. That was kind of our thesis, right? So if we're doing this on day 1, when we actually wrote this contract and sold it in the market, we collected $35. Of course, when we do this, when we sell a put, we need to have that cash available, which was $5,000 because it's 100 shares at $50 a piece, right? So that's $5,000. And that gave us a break even. And again, go back, watch part 1, 2, and 3 if any of this is confusing. So we're going to work through it really quickly. So as of Friday, at the close on this Friday, the stock price has now gone up to $55.96. At least this week it went up a little bit. Overall, we haven't moved at all, right? We're actually down just a little bit closer to our strike price. But time has ticked away. So with time evaporating and us getting closer and closer to our expiration date, we'll see that we've actually made some money in this case. So we went through our process of buying to close. It would only cost us $10 right now to get out of the contract that we sold in this case, right? So we sold it for $35. Now we could buy it and close it out, and it would cost us $10. So overall, we would make $25 on this trade right now. So is it time to close out this option? And I would say yes, you could close this now, knowing that you've collected $25, which is 70% of the available premium. You can only collect $35 and you've already collected $25. So it would be a successful trade. You could get out of the way and go on to something else. Let's not forget that we do have earnings this week that could really upset Coca-Cola. Now, will it move all the way from its current price, $55.96, all the way down to $50? I doubt it. It's probably pretty safe $10. But are you willing to risk it for that? Now, you might also be saying, but I want to buy it at $50 a share. So if you're in that camp, then maybe you leave it open. So this is where it's a decision time on what's your approach on this particular option trade. So in week 2, we decided to write or sell a covered call again on Coca-Cola, with Coke now at $54.51. So the date was 10/7 and we sold to open one call contract. We did this because we were bearish, thinking the stock is going to go down or maybe just trade sideways. We did this because we wanted to collect premium and we liked the valuation of selling away Coca-Cola if it got all the way up to that strike price of $57. Again, we picked the same expiration, and when we did that, we got to collect $65. So a little bit more premium because we're a little bit closer to the money when we sold this. All right, so in order to do this, we said there was something really important to do first, right? That was to buy the 100 shares and then sell the call option. So in this case, we bought 100 shares at this price, and we paid $5,451 to have those shares. So that gave us a break even of $57.65. Again, you can go back and review any of this information if you like in part 2. So if we look at this trade right now at the close of Friday on 10/21, the stock is currently at $55.96, and if we wanted to buy to close out this contract right now and get out of it, it would cost us $77. So we received $65, now we have to pay $77. So overall, at this point, we've lost $12. So do we want to do anything with this trade at this moment? And I would say no. A covered call is slightly different in the sense that we bought it for 54.51, and we're offering to sell it at 57. So if it does take off, if earnings come out and they're really positive and Coca-Cola goes to $58 or $59 a share, again, I'm okay with that because I will have the gain going from 54.51 to 57. That's about a $250 gain. Plus, I'll still get to keep my premium. So I'll make over $300 on this trade if it goes up. It's going to look a little funny when I go to look at my option gain loss, but if I don't do anything in this case and it goes all the way till expiration, then the other party will exercise the option at expiration and those shares will disappear from my account, but I will sell them at 57. I bought them at 54.51, so I make that money plus the premium. So at this point, I'm not going to do anything with this trade. So in part 3, we flipped over to the other side and we became a buyer. We decided to buy a call on Coca-Cola stock with the stock at $54.98. And on 10/14, we bought a contract. We buy to open one call contract because we are bullish. Earnings are coming out and they're going to be great. Pepsi had good earnings and so will Coca-Cola. That was our belief. That's our idea. So we're bullish on the stock and we believe that volatility is going to be increasing and we believe the stock price is going to go up. And all these reasons are going to make this call contract pay us a bunch of money. Okay, so the strike price that we picked was pretty much at the money. $55 with it at $54.98. And we only gave ourselves a couple weeks till expiration, right? Maybe we should give ourselves more time in the future, but with earnings coming up, we decided a short period of time was going to work well for us. And that time, it cost us $160 that we had to pay, right, to the person that was selling the call. We had to give them $160 right now. That cash for that premium was a requirement for this trade. And we paid them out $160. So with our $55 strike price and the $160 that we paid, they gave us a break even of $56.60 if this went all the way till expiration. So now on 10/21, just 1 week later, we can go in and we can take a look. Well, it was a good week in the stock market overall. The stock went up to $55.96. So again, Coke doesn't move real fast unless something really triggers it. So in this case, on a really good week, it went up about $1. And if we wanted to sell it to close this right now, we would be able to collect $182 in premium, which would give us a $22 gain overall. So a question that often comes up has to do with exercising options early. So if I'm a seller or a buyer, should I exercise my option? And the reason this doesn't really happen very often is because it's worth less if you exercise your option. So people always have this fear that, with my strike price at 55 and it's all the way up to 55.96, I sold this option. Aren't they going to exercise it? No, because if you just think through the math, it doesn't make sense for them to do so. And if they want to exercise it, they have to call a brokerage and they have to say, give me my shares. And the brokerage say, okay, here they are. You get 100 shares at $55 strike price, right? And you could have those right now. You could turn around and you immediately sell them for $55.96. Meaning on 100 shares, you would make $96. That is not a good deal for someone that can go out and sell this for $182, is it? Because that's less money. So why is the option worth more? And the answer is, well, it still has time value and volatility in this premium. Whereas when you exercise an option, you just are throwing that out. You're tossing it to the side. Okay, so typically somebody else that you sell this to is just going to sell it back to the market to somebody else. And it's going to get passed around. So that's the reason that options typically don't get exercised early. Now, we did have somebody ask this week about when you buy a call, how do you actually get the shares? Well, as we just talked about, you probably don't want to take assignment of these shares, but you can go that route. But you would be better off in this case if you wanted the 100 shares right now to go sell to close, take your $182 and go buy the 100 shares at $55.96. So it costs you $5,596 to buy those 100 shares. But you would collect your premium still. Now, at expiration, it's a little bit different, right? Because now we've got the brokerage should automatically assign the shares to you if it's above the strike price. If it's below the strike price, it will just naturally expire. So let's say on expiration of 11/4, the price is still $55.96. In your brokerage account, you will have a deduction of $5,500. You'll have an addition of 100 shares of Coca-Cola. That will be in your account, ready to be traded at your leisure. So home stretch, let's do our last one here. Let's buy a put. We'll have all four covered. In this case, it's Coca-Cola, and we think it's hot garbage. We are bearish on Coca-Cola. So with the stock at $55.96 on 10/21/22, which is a Friday, we decide to buy to open one contract. So we're buying a contract. Remember back here when we sold a put contract, -1. Now we're buying to open. We're buying one contract. We own one contract. And it is a put. And like I said, we're doing this because we are bearish. We think this thing is garbage. Earnings are going to come out this week, and it's going to get destroyed. There certainly has been plenty of garbage out this year, and if you were buying a bunch of puts as protection, or if you were buying a bunch of puts because you think the market was going to go down, you're probably doing pretty darn good in 2022. Now, you can make money with options whenever volatility increases anywhere correct in the direction. So even if the stock doesn't move, but just volatility is increasing, you can make money by buying and selling a put or buying and selling a call. And that's important to understand. Now, if you can have volatility increasing and you can be directionally correct, then you're going to do really great. So in this case, we're hoping that this thing goes in the toilet, like I said. So we picked a strike price of $56 with this at $55.96. So that is pretty much right on. That is what we call at the money. It is the same price. We're buying this. It's a coin flip at this point. Now we're going to keep the expiration date the same. So we have 11/4 for all of these. It's going to be an exciting day. And I'll show you the trade here in a little bit, but this will cost us about $120 to buy this contract. And that's all we need. We just need $120 in cash to get into this trade. So we pay our $120, and that gives us a break even of $54.80. So again, when we're buying a put, in this case, it's allowing us to put stock to someone else. Here, I don't want this. You take it, right? That's the idea. So in this case, again, bearish. So with it costing us $120, our break even is $54.80. So $56 strike price, 120 divided by 100 is $1.20. We take $1.20 away from that 56 and we get $54.80. So that means if we let this go all the way till expiration, we will make money below $54.80. We will lose money if anything above $54.80. That's the point where we break even on our trade. And this is what that trade would look like on Fidelity. So this is Coca-Cola at $55.96. We are buying to open one contract. It's a put contract, November 4th expiration, and a $56 strike price. There's the bid and the ask. Right in the middle is about how much we would pay. So we're paying $120.65 for our chance to see if, after earnings, this stock goes in the toilet. So let's talk about this idea of buying a put and when you might actually use this. Now, you might use this because you just think a stock is going in the toilet, but you might also use it, and I think this is a great way just to relate the information, as an insurance policy. So let's say you're a big fan of Coca-Cola, but you just don't feel good about this quarter. Everywhere you look, people are buying Pepsi. I don't know, whatever it is. And throughout the year, you've been buying shares, and on average, the price is $55.96. So you have 100 shares right now at $55.96. And again, you think the quarter is going to be a disaster on Wednesday when they come out with earnings. So you decide to buy one put contract to protect your 100 shares because you are really bearish on the earnings that are coming out. So you pick a $56 strike price, which is right where it's at. So what does this mean for us? Well, let's say earnings come out this week and they're really horrible and the stock plummets from $55.96 all the way down to $40 a share. Well, I'm sure glad we bought full-term insurance. I'm glad we paid our $120 to insure our stock because at expiration on 11/4, we would get to sell our stock at $56 a share, even though it's only worth $40 a share. That means we saved $1,600 at that point with Coca-Cola stock falling that far. Now, if you did this all the time, you're going to lose money on Coca-Cola stock. Probably, right? Because it's going to cost us a lot. There's going to be a lot of times when earnings come out and it's going to be positive. So I'm not saying buy an insurance policy all the time. I just wanted you to get the concept of when you might actually be able to use this and relate this information to how you might use it. Also, when we were talking about writing or selling a covered call, we said one thing that was really important is that we own the 100 shares and then we sell the call option. Well, I mean, with buying a put, if we buy a put and we don't have the 100 shares, how do we put it to somebody else? Well, again, we can just use the ID and we could trade this, right? So we could, let's say, for example, I don't know, SPY, right? The S&P 500 index fund. Let's say you were really bearish on 2022 and you thought the S&P was going to continue to fall. You might buy to open one put on SPY. You would pay your premium, and your bet is that the S&P was going to continue to decline and the option premium value was going to increase in value. So when you went to sell it at close, it would be worth a lot more and you could get out of that trade. So since you are in control of this option, it's not nearly as important as it was when you were selling a covered call. So just remember, when we're buying a put, we are directionally bearish. So our bet is that after we pay our $120 for this option, we want this thing to go in the toilet. We want it to go from $55.96 down, down, down. The further it goes down, 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 the more our premium value will go up, up, up. So we could see this go to $200, $300, $400. And at that point, we could sell it and have a nice big gain on our option trade. So that's the driver. We want this thing going down, down, down. And volatility also plays a factor. Both of those working for us will hopefully put money in our pocket. All right, so I'm sure I've created some questions. We've covered all four now at this point. If you do have questions, please just ask down below, and I'll make sure I cover them in the next video. That's the whole idea. Back and forth. We'll solve it all. We'll fill in all the holes. So I really appreciate you watching. If you have any questions, like I said, ask down below. If you like this type of content, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time when we talk more about option basics. Have a great night. Take care.